Evening, ladies and gentlemen. You are welcome to this evening's presentation. It is time to reach out to family and friends and invite them to join us. Please let us know where you are joining us from so we can welcome you properly. It is exactly 8 p.m. my time from Ghana. We have special guests on the program this evening. Uh, well learned and experienced people, and they are always ready to help and support and give more knowledge to help us grow, to help us better our lives and better those of our family and friends. It's time to invite a friend, call a friend, tell family and friends to join because tonight's presentation promises to be interesting and captivating. It's time. Quickly, let's do that. In some few minutes, the presentation will start. We have Boss Lady Enyo, who is a renowned nursing lecturer and an entrepreneur and life coach in Ghana and across the globe. And then we have Dr. KOA, professor of artificial intelligence and analytics, business analytics, and a life mentor. He's actually my mentor, and I'm always proud to have him around me. Um, Without much ado, I would want to ask Boss Lady Enyo to take over the stage. So we begin with.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to today's presentation. Wherever you are joining us from, you are so welcome. And today, why are you here? I know something brought you here. All of us had dreams as we were growing up. We had aspirations. But as soon as you start growing and you start seeing the facts on the ground, it becomes so easy to reduce the size of the dream because what it means is that you would have to put in more work to expand that dream. So GotBackUp is saying that it is here to help us fulfill our dreams, to bring those dreams that we formed in our head into become realities that we can live. And how is it doing that? It's empowering people all over the world that have the ability to work above average work ethic. To be successful in anything, you need to put in the work. And God Backup is here for such people to make it real. And God Backup is a company that started in 1997 in Gatineau, Quebec, in Canada. It decided to expand to US, Texas, because they realized that their dream could not be held in Canada because Texas had the ability to be able to hold whatever they want to do. And they bought a property in Texas, 100% belonging to them, a 10,000 square foot data center that is able to house whatever they want to do. And so they decided to ride on two major trends that are in the world. The trends are, first, we'll look at the first trend. The trend is you are holding a phone right now, or maybe you are watching from a laptop. Phones have reached a stage that it can't live our lives. In 2021 alone, there were 15 billion phones that were on this earth. And imagine what they said will happen by 2025. It will increase to 18 billion. And I'm sure right now there are some of us here who have more than one phone. If you have more than one phone, type one in the comment section. If you have only one, then what? Type zero, because without the phone, you can't even be able to go through this life. And every phone that you hold, what does it requires that what you produce data every day. And because phones are something that have become an integral part of our lives, everything you type, every message you send, what you do is that you actually create a form of data. And to think of it, where did storage of data come from? I'm sure there are some of us here who remember what a floppy disk is. It moved from there, then it came to diskettes. Then what? It moved to the stage where we had pen drive. Then we heard of what? External hard drive. We've come to a stage that what we call something called cloud storage. Cloud storage is something that has become something that every of us here need to know about, and also tell other people about it. In cloud storage alone, in 2022, the amount of revenue that went through is over $90 billion US dollars. That's the amount of money that went through it. And just look at it, we are in 2024. This year alone, 100 and what 34 billion dollars. That's how much. And in what, by the next 6 years, it's going up to almost $500 billion. And let's look at your phone. What do you use your phone for? We become so addicted to our phone in a good way because it's making life easy. Type in the comment section. If right now you are going somewhere and you leave your phone in the house, what will you do? Will you go back for it? One. If you go back for it, type one. If you won't go back for it, type two. Will you feel comfortable with leaving it in the house? If yes, type 0. If no, type 1. I know I'm giving you a lot of, but type, let's see how you feel when you leave your phone in the house. Almost 88% of people are saying that they become uneasy when they leave their phones in the house. This is research. Actually, your phone, do you use it for alarm? That is what I use. I don't buy any extra alarm clock. My phone is my alarm. I'm sure I'm a student. I read my notes on my phone. Some of us, when we go to the loo, it becomes a means of uploading data. We read from there because we don't want to just sit there and waste our time. So whilst you are downloading, you are uploading some level of knowledge. And these are all statistics that have been given through research. So you can also agree that this is very, very becoming part of, or has actually become part of our lives. Phones have become very integral in our life. And every time that happens, what? It is data that is derived. And your phone that you are holding now, they said what? It has the potential of what? 45% of being damaged and losing data. Usually when we talk about this, those who have never experienced it, they always think that you are exaggerating. But unless you feel it, you will never know how it feels. I don't wish this for anybody because I have experienced it and I'm still going through that pain. You can hold your phone and it will fall, then that's the end. What, 5,700 screens get cracked every hour. Right now, as we watch, if you are not careful, your phone falls. Your phone can, the screen can get crashed. Laptops, what, get stolen every 43 seconds. I'm sure maybe you might have lost your phone before or heard someone have lost it before. Laptops, phones. When that happens, everything on that phone gets lost. And this is very important. We only buy things to protect the outside of our phone, but the integral part, which is the inside, is what we leave. Then what is the second trend? The second trend, which is very common to us, one stream of income is never enough. No matter how much you earn, it is not easy to depend on it, because when it goes away, it becomes scary. America, that those of us who are living outside are always dreaming about, 42% of Americans what do other businesses as what another stream of income in addition to their normal stream of income. Now young people, is becoming very common for them to what get a stream of income or do some business whilst they are schooling, whatever they are doing. So they are finding ways to finance themselves. And it's very common because the money their parents give to them can never be enough. So they are finding ways to do that. And this is the second trend. So if those in America are engaged in it, what of us who are outside? So these two trends are very important, and it will keep going. It will not go out of fashion. It will keep going. GotBackUp is leveraging on these two important trends to be able to help us fulfill our dreams. So now, GotBackUp started about 18 months ago. That's 2023, April. And as we talk, we are in 141 countries. Jordan was the newest country to join. I'm sure you can see some countries that are appearing. Maybe you are here. Just identify your country on, if you can see it, just write it in the comment section to indicate where you are joining us from and see if it's there. If it's not, it means yours is hidden, but it's there. You are among the 141 countries. And so, as I said already, data is becoming important. Everything you type, you produce data. And there are already some companies right now. There are less than 30 companies who are engaged in the what cloud storage business. And I'm sure you can identify some like Google Drive and the rest, which you might have used, or store what iCloud, that which you might use. So now let's look at how you can put them aside, compare them. Comparing it, let's look at iCloud says what? $360 per a year. If you want 6 users on your account and you want 6 terabytes, that's how much you pay. I met someone who was telling me in Ghana cedis he was paying 500 Ghana cedis monthly, and he was getting like 2 terabytes. You can imagine if that comes in your account every month. And Dropbox is taking what, $660 for the same 6 terabytes, but this one is three what users. Google Drive, that we are, most of us are familiar with, it's taking what, $216 for 5 terabytes for one user. So you can imagine the amount of money you'll be paying with that. But when you compare it with GotBackUp, $99.97 every year for the 6 terabytes with equal security levels and on unlimited devices. So if you have iPhone, Android, Windows, all those one, even Linux, you can connect all of them to your account per account. So imagine, what can you give for this? This is what we are comparing it with. So look at the value. Look at the value that we have. What? The space is endless. 6 terabytes is 6,000 gigabytes. Imagine that. It's like you are in you've lived in a chamber and hall, and now they are giving you a 10-bedroom house to go and stay in. You can decide to move anywhere. Imagine that. And as I said, it works on multiple operating systems. So whether iOS, whether Android, whether Windows, all of them, it works on it. That's how good this GotBackUp is. And what the other benefit it has is highly secured. You know, your bank the pin you on your account, on your bank card, the ATM or your online, usually it's 4 digits. When someone wants to crack in, there's something we call encryption, that the person would have to arrange the number of the characters together to be able to break in. GotBackUp have a system that you would have to break characters that have been arranged 256 continuously without a mix before they can break in. It will take a lifetime to be able to figure that out. So the security is top notch. That what is military graded. That is what we have. And what the space I've already told you is 100% for the parent company of this. So it is not on loan or anything. And the beauty is that it assures that in 30 days, if you use it, you are not comfortable, you can get your money back. And the beauty is that it's automated 100%. Once you set it, you forget about it. And the nice thing about it, it's not only cloud storage. You have, if you decide to take it to another level, you have something we call bulk emailing. You can email to 10,000 people at once, and anyone who receives your message will see their name. You will decide whether you want to use the first name, the full name, or the surname, and the person will receive it as such. The beauty is that you can set it to decide that every 25th of the month, December, someone should receive that particular message, and the person will, until you decide to stop it endlessly. Then what? As I said, it is automated. You automate it, and the person receives it as and when you want, at a particular time, date, and for whatever purpose, depending on how you structure it. This is an addition to it. So if you decide to do this business, which we'll be talking about, they have provided a system for you to make your marketing very easy for you. That is an addition. And to be frank, I'm sure your bank sends you message. They actually pay for that service. GotBackUp is giving that one to you for free. It is for free for you to use. What can you compare with this? This is the beauty, the other addition you will have apart from the storage you have. Then now, I'm sure you are here for a purpose. As we said, the second trend, which is what? To give business. Someone who knows this, has experienced this, have grown beyond whatever imagination is coming to take up. Dr. Koa is a professor at the business school in University of Ghana and in 3 other universities. Currently, he's in UK teaching there. He's going to break it down for you to take what you want to hear at the end of it all. Prof, you can continue.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. I want to say a big thank you to Mrs. Enyonam Epiphania Sefenu. She is Mrs. She doesn't joke with that Mrs. And that Mrs. is an attribute around her that she has been able to achieve. She's also a wonderful entrepreneur. She's one of the great entrepreneurs in the African continent. For those of you, she has been a top leader in multiple organizations and built her organization. We call her the Volta Queen, but I think she has transcended to become the African Queen. Okay. And I appreciate it. She's also a nursing lecturer. She's a mother. She's a she's a multiplicity of several things, and yet she got the time to be here. She's always here. She's always here with us in the studio, vomiting some intercontinental ballistic Kosovoic atomic mambo jumbos. All the time, she is giving us more than we bargained for. She is so humble, and she's always ready to support us. So I really want to say that I appreciate this woman so well. Please, will you join me to really say thank you so much indeed? Please type thank you, Enyonam. Thank you, Enyonam. Type it there for me. Thank you, Enyonam, for giving us that incredible startup. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have not used the GotBackUp, let me tell you something. On Friday, I showed with evidence. Even if you don't have Microsoft Office, listen, and you install GotBackUp on your laptop, it will give you more than even Microsoft Office. It will give you Word. It will give you PowerPoint. It will give you Access. It will give you publishers. It will give you, everything that you would have used for Office. It will give you. And it will give you beyond that. It will allow you to collaborate with someone. So if somebody has a word, but you don't have a word, you will have all the word within the GotBackUp. And you can type, and the person will see you typing, and then you can delete, the person will see you delete, and the person will continue what you are typing, and then you can continue what the person is typing. Is that not beautiful? And you can see it live. No other, no, and I know, no other package has got this. Right? You can collaborate with someone who is using that thing. And it doesn't matter whether the person is opening the app, the GotBackUp, the Word document on his phone, and you are using it on your laptop. It doesn't matter. You can both see the other one typing and editing and doing everything together. That kind of collaboration is unique and it's powerful. Let me tell you another thing. You can also use the app without having things on your phone. So let me show you. You can back up everything, clone the entire laptop, clone it. And then if you want to restore it, you can choose whichever day you want to restore everything. So once you go, you can pick files and restore, or pick folders or restore, or pick the entire computer and restore. So if your entire computer is stolen, you can get a new one and it will get back everything. And yet you can use it for bulk emailing. You can bulk email 100,000 people at a go. See, ladies and gentlemen, all of this, I teach cloud computing, and I know my students sometimes will build these systems for companies, and they will charge $20,000, $30,000, $50,000 for setting up this for companies. And yet GotBackUp gives this for us for free. And now you can make money with it. Please remember that you can make a lot of money with GotBackUp. If only you want to make a lot of money with GotBackUp. You can make some money with GotBackUp if you want to make some money with GotBackUp. You can make nothing with GotBackUp if you don't want to make anything with GotBackUp. So you decide how much you want. People can earn between $20 a month and $500,000 a month. Let me share with you why I decided to be part of the project. It's not by force to actually be part of the project, but it's good to be part of the project because your salary can hurt. Do you know that? Let me give you a secret. In 2019, just 2019, I was buying some dollars, and $1 was equal to 6 cedis. Listen, $1 was 6 cedis. 2019. I mean, just this corner year 2019. $1. And I remember telling the guy I was buying about $10,000. And then and I said, what? This is too much. $1, $6, 6 cedis, that is too much. Well, I didn't touch that money. Up to today, I haven't touched that money. Today, $1 is what? About 16, 17 cedis. So that money that I paid, I didn't work with it all. I have 3 times the income. And that is why it is always important to look at the future. You see, a lot of people, they do not look at what could happen tomorrow. They don't prepare. They don't prepare until dark times happen. Horrible times. Tough times. In fact, the last time a guy asked me for, he asked me for 50 CDs. I mean, this is a man with 4 Ks and he's earning a salary of 250 CDs every month, 4 kids. His wife is not working. And he's asking me for 50 CDs. It was so pitiful. And I realized that if I give him the 50 CDs, I've insulted him. So I rather have to teach him how he can create wealth for himself. Please, no matter how okay you are right now in life, go and talk to some of the billionaires. Warren Buffett, during the COVID, he has been investing in airline. The airline industry collapsed. You know, people were not flying because they grounded everybody. That man lost over $24 billion. That is why his ranking has come down. You cannot tell what will happen tomorrow. Anything can happen in your family. Anything can happen in your job. Anything can happen in life. Have a backup. Have a backup. If there is something, we don't say it should happen, but if for some reason someone is sick, they need an emergency 80,000 to do a surgery and cut the diaphragm and be able to remove some developing cancerous disease or something, will you be able to get that 80,000, or you will rush and start begging? That is why, even though I do my job as a doctor, I still decided to be part of this project, because you don't know what will happen tomorrow. And I am begging you, I am imploring you, pay attention to what God has given you. Pay attention. Because when God gives you something and you don't take it well, you don't realize it. But over time, you don't even see it, that God is moving out by giving you something else. There's a guy called Jack Ma. He said the word poor means passing over opportunities repeatedly. It's an acronym. Passing over opportunities repeatedly. Poor is not about money. It is about the thinking that goes into a person's life. The same thing I am doing right now, somebody says he won't do. The same thing of this GotBackUp project I am sacrificing to do, somebody says I won't do, I won't die. God will take care of me. God will take care of you. Is that what you think? God will give you manna. But even if he gives you manna, you have to get out from the house, take a bowl, and go and collect the manna. God doesn't feed the birds. He puts the food. The bird will have to move from the nest. Go, fly, go get a food and bring it into its nest. And yet Jesus said that God feeds them. But God feeds them doesn't mean that he puts the food in their mouth or in their nest for them. Please, God is feeding you. God is giving you an opportunity of a lifetime. Don't blow it. Some of us, we have blown things all our life. Some of us, when we see certain great things in our life, we see that it's not true. It's fake. It's a scam. And we blow it. Don't do this. GotBackUp is a system that can allow you to earn an income. You can earn 6 different incomes in your life. Your job is not to be selling GotBackUp. If you see this as selling, then you can imagine me. I don't have time. Those of us on the call, we don't have time. Okay? Laura is doing her PhD, which is called permanent head damage. You can see her head is coming. Okay? And yet, she doesn't have time. And yet, we all don't have time. Oh, I'm a professor right now. I'm in the UK. I'm teaching. I'm researching. I'm in South Africa. I'm teaching and researching. I'm in Norway. I'm teaching and researching. We don't have time. You two don't have time. But we make time for this because of tomorrow matter. Don't blow it. For example, GotBackUp says that don't lecture anybody. Just learn, but all you got to do is to tell friends and families that you got something incredible for them. If you pick up your phone and call Atsyor, Kofi, Ama, and tell them that I have good news for you, the person is simply going to tell you that what is the good news. He will ask you what is the good news. That is where you invite a person to this place every Friday at 6 o'clock and every Sunday at 8 o'clock and bring the person here. We will educate the person for you. If that is difficult for you, then God should not give you manna. Because that, ladies and gentlemen, that is our manna. I'm telling you, this is our manna. No matter how busy you are in this world, things can happen in your life. I'm telling you, I have seen millionaires torpedoed in life. Millionaires torpedoed. There's a guy called Myron Golden. He became a multi-millionaire. He was torpedoed, tsunamied to zero. He was having only $3,000 in his account. He was a millionaire, and then he had to start all over again. So you got to know that anything can happen. So don't say God will take care of me. That kind of thinking is flawed. When King Solomon was offered the opportunity to use his knowledge to generate wealth by God, he didn't say, God, I don't need it. God, I don't need this kind of thing. I only ask you for wisdom and knowledge. Why are you bothering me with wealth? God, I don't need it. So before King Solomon could say that it is all vanity, he had tasted the goodies of life. Have you tasted the goodies of life? Have you been sprinkled with the godly wealth? And so when God is up, and please know that King Solomon was a businessman. That is why he became wealthy. It wasn't like because God has blessed him, he went into his room and all he saw was wealth. No way. God made that guy work. He made him work. He used his knowledge. He sat down. The Queen of Sheba came with $40 billion. The kings of Arabia and Mesopotamia, they came and sat down. And as they listened to the wisdom of the great man, they poured gold into his storehouse. He worked. He did business with the king of Tyre. He did business, okay, with the giants of Africa, the merchants of Africa. You got to own a business, ladies and gentlemen. You got to have a business. Something you control, not something that controls you. Go check the world. The people that are making the world move, all of them are big businessmen and women. They are the movers and shakers of the economy. It's not the academics, the scholars, and all of that. And so, even if you are a politician, you will see that most of them try to have businesses. Okay, even if you are doing something great, a lawyer, okay, some of them try to have businesses. Teachers, they have businesses. Have this business. You know why? Because this one you leverage on the effort of other people. How much do you start with it? Look at some of the incomes you make. You can make $50 every day on one person. $50 every day. That's how much you can make with GotBackUp every day. You can make $50 a day. And that is called just customer acquisition bonus. You just check. Count $50 a day, $50 a day, $50 a day. That is $1,005 a month. Change it to your local currency. When I told a Canadian woman how much I made last month, she said, goodness me. In fact, she used a certain word. She says, holy cow. I don't even know what I mean. Holy cow. Holy cow. Because you cannot earn $4,000 and something just like that. Please, take advantage of your advantages. Don't play with what God has given you. Don't slap God when your hand is in the mouth. Don't blow it. Like Calvin is saying here, don't blow it. GotBackUp gives you the first customer. The other incomes, the other 6 incomes, these incomes will come naturally. They are the residuals. They will come, not even because of your effort, but because you are consistent in coming here, because you are consistent in doing the letter, because you are consistent in taking the knowledge, you will make significant income. For example, let me talk about this cycle income. I want to show you something. Let you see, do not belittle what you have been given. There's an income here called cycle match. This is an income you earn only if you are a sapphire. There are people in GotBackUp the world who are sapphires. Sapphires are making good income. Because as a sapphire, if you have 10 people, each one is making $1,000, $1,000. You are a sapphire, you will make 25% of each of those incomes. 25% of $1,000 is $250. Multiply by the 10 people. That is $2,500. That is just on cycle match alone. But if you are a diamond like I am, you will not make 25%. You will rather make 100%. What is 100% of $1,000? That is $1,000. And if the people are 10, how much is that? That is 10,000. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't have 10 people. I have sponsored over 150 people into GotBackUp. I have sponsored over 150 people. 90 of them are now working. You know what that means? It's consistency that build empires. Baby steps build empires. Write that down. Baby steps build up. I have not stopped my job. It is not delaying my job. It has not stopped me from teaching in 4 universities. It has not stopped me. It has not stopped me from taking care of my family. It has not stopped me from handling my family duties. It has not stopped me from doing my other duties. It will not stop you. It will not stop you. You can combine all of that in a beautiful way because the knowledge you are going to acquire here, that knowledge will show you how to be efficient in life. There's a lady called Dr. Dorothy Hanson. She told me that, Doc, I'm going to be very busy. That was when I was telling her to come on board. She says she's a very busy person. She's in a hospital and she's doing, at that time, she was doing her MBA. How is she going to be able to combine this thing and at the same time be part of it? That's what she said. I said, the knowledge you will acquire here will make you efficient. You will see, you'll be efficient. And now she's efficient. She's now a mobile doctor, a family practice medicine. My point is that no matter how busy you are, no matter how okay you are, no matter how broke you are, do this. Do this. Your family will be proud of you. Not now. Not now. In fact, right now, some of them will even insult you. Some of them will tell you that you're crazy. But later, they will tell you that you're the best. You're the best thing that ever happened to them. How do you start with GotBackUp? You start with just an amount of $99.97. 1 whole year. Google Drive will make you pay more. iCloud will make you pay more. Dropbox will make you pay more. GotBackUp makes you pay only $99.97 for a whole year. For a whole year. And you think this is expensive? You don't want to make $50 a day. If you want only the service, pay for that $99.97. But if you want to also make money, pay the $119.97 for a whole year. For a whole year, my dear. For a whole year. It's not a month. Even if you have a provision shop right now, do you know how much you have to pay? Provision. I'm talking about for a whole year. This is for a whole year. A whole year. A provision shop. You go and check how much people are paying for provision shop. And yet, let's take Uber. Uber. Right now, somebody told me that Uber is about 80,000. 80,000 Ghanaian currency. For those of you who are not in Ghana, okay, you divide the amount by 16. You get equivalent. How much do you pay for Uber? 80,000? Okay. How long will it take you to pay? Well, go and check the records. Uber people make about 2,000 a whole month on average. Some make less, majority make less, but let's say 2,000 a month. So that means that by a year before they will make what, 24,000. So it would take that guy about 4 years to pay back the car. That is if the car doesn't have accident. Before you start thinking about profit. I have done GotBackUp for less than 2 years. I have made more than that 80,000 multiple times. Wisdom is the ability to see the obvious lie when the obvious is a secret. Knowledge is that's why Hosea chapter 4 verse 6 says, lack of knowledge, my people perish. The people who make the world move, they acquire knowledge. So one of the things you will notice that when you have an understanding of where you are going, the potholes don't matter because you know where you are going. We are where we are because we brought ourselves to where we are. Your life today, whatever you're going through right now, is because of some decisions you took last year, last 2 years. Some decisions you took. That is why you are here. But what will happen tomorrow, next year, 2025, 2027, 2030? What will happen because of the decision you are about to take? The kind of decisions you take today. Now, if you think that you are going to work where you are working right now for 5 years, where will you be? Well, the best way to answer that question is to ask your boss, because he has worked there for 5 years. It's knowledge. And that is why we do this. You will have the opportunity to build yourself. It's called personal development. GotBackUp will train you. You will develop your inside. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a service everyone needs and a project anyone can afford. It is time for you to tell yourself, I've had enough of my life. I've had enough for Abba. Primary school, thinking that when you have secondary school, things will be better. You get secondary school, you think that when you have university, things will be better. You have university, first degree, 4 years of mental torture. Sometimes we learn unnecessary things. Tan theta, cos theta, pi r square, the pass of a grasshopper. Where are you taking these things to? And yet many will still join unemployed graduate association. Then you finish, you want to do masters. By the time you finish the masters, you think that you have even become a master, but you have rather become stabber, because you have not seen any change in your salary after getting the masters. So you force yourself, I'll go and do PhD. The permanent head damage. And that one is, they call it living in a fool's paradise, because you become a doctor. And once you're a doctor, you feel proud as a doctor because everybody is calling you prof and doc, and yet your pocket is showing kinkling. It is time. It is time for you to begin to tell, and I am one. I am a doctor. And so I know what my colleagues are going through. It is tough for a lot of people. See, do not think that when you go to America, that's when your life will be better. I'm in the UK now, and I see the way people are struggling. Africans are struggling. Some are dying. Some are eating gari all the time. I see they are in Ghana. It's tough everywhere. That is why wherever you are, take advantage of your advantages. Take advantage. Turn your life into reality. Turn your dreams into reality, because it will reward you when you build who you are through GotBackUp family. Sometimes some people are not able to take these things because they think they are afraid. You see, one guy told me that this could be like Namuan Patre. I told him, if that is your mind, you will never make it in life, because everything is risky. Pregnancy is, the child can die, the woman can die, and yet women are always venturing. COVID-19 was risky. Many died, and yet to pull through. You can't say that because something is risky, you can't do it. God knew it was risky for his son to die. He knew it. Even the son even wanted to stop at some point. And yet he has to go through. You don't look at the risks, you look at the reward in the end. Let that bouncing baby child, let that push you through. That is why after giving birth to the child, the woman will say, I want another one. After 1 year, you see them European again. Because life teaches you a lesson to press on. even the invisible powers of immortality of God, they press on. You got to push through to your glory. You got to pass through your Red Sea before you can get to your promised land. Else, there is no promised land for you. There is no Canaan without a desert. There is no Canaan. There is no land flowing with milk and honey without the desert. If you're afraid of the desert, if you're afraid of the Red Sea, you will never ever reach your Canaan. If you want things to be easy, go back into the womb, because there is the easy life. But you can't. So as long as you are here, as long as you are born, as long as you are created in the image of a creator, you got to live as a creative being. You got to live as a creator, not as a creature. You are not a creature. You are not a creation. You are a creator. There's a difference. So let me ask you a question. Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you a final question. Do you think now is the best time to back up your entire digital life? Do you think now is the best time to develop yourself? Do you think now is the best time to build connections around the world? Do you think now is the best time to make some good income? Or you think 2030 is the best time? Please look at yourself in the mirror, ladies and gentlemen. Please, tonight, before you sleep, look at yourself in the mirror. Compare that to when 10 years ago. You're not getting any younger. You are not getting any younger. 30 will hit you. 40 will hit you soon. 50 will hit you. 70 will hit you. And you know what? Some people who were about to die in the United States, they were asked this question. What do they regret most? Most of them said they don't regret the things they did, but they rather regret the things they did not do. The things they should have done, but they did not do. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go back to the panelists. We've got some incredible panelists here. They're going to share some incredible things with us. So we have Enyonam, and then you have Laura Atsyor. Laura, what has been one of your major breakthroughs in life since you joined GotBackUp? What has been one of your major breakthroughs since you became part of the GotBackUp family?
Thank you, Doc. So I always say it is the personal development part that really worked for me. And the transformation has been great. It's been tremendous. It's been wonderful. And I'm just excited and crazy about it. And so I decided to take it upon myself to preach it all the time to everybody. I want to sell it as a marketer, as I am. I want to sell personal development on GotBackUp to you. Go for it. You see, when you are able to develop yourself first, you bring so much light into your life. You are able to see clearly because the scales fall off. And you gather so much knowledge. And this knowledge is what helps you to give value. Because the more knowledge you give out, the more information you give out, that's the more light you give out. It causes people to draw to you because they also seek knowledge. They want that light. And you see, this is what brings you the returns, the value that they are getting from you. Before you know it, you are so influential, like Dr. KOA, like Boss Lady Enyonam. And then you see people begin to trust you. They trust you. It is you they buy. It's not the project. It is you. When people trust you and believe in you, now you have become so influential. And this is what they buy into. At the end of the day, this commands so much of a lot of returns for you. So don't go chasing the money, but go chasing development, personal development. When you get the light and you begin to teach people the way, then you see that they begin to buy you. And this is what has happened. And then one other thing I've realized is that this project has made life easy for us. Now, if you want to start a business right now on your own, let's say you are even selling provisions, you will need to get a shop that you'll be paying rent every month. You will need to buy electricity, or you have to pay bills. You need to be paying tax. You need to T&T, transportation, going and coming, bringing in the items and all that. If you are busy, you need to get somebody to help you and be paying the person at the end of the month. But GotBackUp has scrapped off all this, all the stress and the wahala that you have to go through to start a business or to, establish your business. All these things are gone. And then they've even brought in, services that will even help you to propel your business, propel your value out there. This bulk email marketing thing, So GotBackUp has just made life easy. You're not spending extra money. You are rather, the little effort you put in, before you know it, it blows into something big and you earn a lot, stress free. So GotBackUp is just a blessing for me. And I know it's a blessing for a lot of people too.
Wow, wow. And let me just ask you, when people like Sunday, Saturday, people are so engrossed with their life, and yet at least on Friday we do have presentations here. Then on Sunday we do have presentation, and if it's not these presentation, people will still go about their life. But how do you see how GotBackUp actually crowns your weekend? In terms of the positivity, in terms of the community, in terms of the belongingness. Like, this is the last thing for the weekend that the person is enjoying, the environment that you are, the people you are associating with, that final capture before you go to bed. How do you see that community spirit?
I think I gave a quote here some time ago. To build anything first or change anything, you need to change your habits, because 2023, where the sun was rising, it's still rising there. Where it was setting, it's still setting there. The only thing that will change, December, I'm saying this because December is coming and it comes in our goal setting. The day will still be Monday, Tuesday, up to Sunday.
Hmm.
The only thing that will help us fulfill our dream is how we manage our 24 hours.
Hmm.
The 365 days or whatever will come, how you manage it will be the issue.
Hmm.
Whatever job we are in, those of us who work, the 60 years, if you are in Ghana, 60 years you go on retirement. UK, theirs is different. The job, the only thing is that yearly maybe they will add something small. No matter how hard you work in that job, the salary will still be in that same range. The only thing you can work on is whatever you decided to add to your job, which is this GotBackUp that we are deciding, that we saw it in the beginning and it told us something that we can fulfill something. That is why we got on board. Now we've started a business that gives us something we don't even, a lot of us don't have an idea about the personal development aspects and the
Hmm.
community we are creating. It's a priceless thing. When you want to be depressed, it starts from what goes into your ears, what you see. A blind person who doesn't see anything that is going around them will not be depressed by their sight. You who have your sight and see something, it may depress you.
Hmm.
If you have ear that is deaf, no matter how people are shouting, if they are insulting you, you won't hear it. We who have sight and ears, we get depressed because of the things we hear and see.
Hmm.
This is a community that when you enter, from morning till evening, you won't feel any negativity. No matter how depressed you are, when you enter, even if you can't do, they'll tell you that you can do. Within the next few minutes, whatever depression is it, the depression will start running away. This is what we get from morning till dawn. And
Hmm.
tomorrow, which is Monday, those who have targets to fulfill, you know already, you've been set targets and you are going for tomorrow meeting. It is depressing you. You come to a community like this and they tell you it doesn't matter what you are facing tomorrow. You can still do it and also apportion your time to this business. Why are we working? The basic thing is to earn income. And you know, in the next 10-20 years, how much probably you'll be making. This business gives you room. So you can decide, if I want to change it this month, you can change it, because we've seen it before. You can start from zero earning to what? More than 1,000 earning. This one, I don't want to say it far, because people have done more than that. But the average person will say $1,000 is okay for me. You can do that in this business. And when we meet, this is what it's about. This evening is showing you that you can grow whatever you have with this project. It depends on how you look at it. That is why I don't miss it. Every Sunday, no matter those around me, it's not like I have things cool, but I fix it into what? My schedule.
Oh, yeah.
No matter what is happening. It's a conscious thing I've developed.
It's a success mindset.
No matter what is happening, when I'm writing exam, I'm I'm in school right now. My roommate will tell you, I don't miss this, no matter what is happening. It is what? The mindset. No training. Even if I'm in the dark, the only way you see me missing training is that I don't have network. That's the only thing. But if I have network, I'll connect. After all, what? You can take your phone anywhere. So why would you meet something that will motivate you for the whole week? Even if you are not earning anything, this one alone will push you forward.
And it's this is a laudable, very powerful point you have made. I mean, very powerful. That's why I said earlier that no matter how busy you are, no matter how busy you are, even if you are on a sick bed and somebody calls you, you pick up the phone and you are able to talk with a person, then that same energy it takes to pick up the phone, I will use that same energy to be part of this program every Sunday. And you know what is so interesting? There are people who are always coming here to come and talk and talk and talk and talk. They are not tired though. They are not tired. They are here all the time, consistently talking and talking and talking, because there is more happiness in giving than there is in receiving. So what you can do is to be present and acquire and absorb the knowledge into your coconut. It will help you in your life. It will help you in your either ordeal. That is why Laura says that no matter how tough and everything is, the mindset that you are trained to have here. You see, here, we don't condone it's tired. We don't condone I can't do it. Here, we don't condone it's too hard. We don't condone. Because God, it was too hard for him to allow his son to die. It was hard. It was hard. It was tough. Even it was hard for his own son. If it was his will, his choice, he wouldn't have died. And people don't know that he died an ignominious death. A disgraceful death. He died naked. And when people show it on Jesus' film, they show it as if he didn't die naked. Because those times, criminals were killed naked. That kind of disgraceful death, he had to go through. So pain is necessary sometimes. So you got to pass through. You got to take the phone and you got to make the call and you got to tell somebody about this. It has to happen. Because the glory days will show that what you did in the past is showing the glory days. And so it is important for all of us to take what we have been given. I say this is divine. If you think that is not divine, you ask yourself, if King Solomon was here today and there is something about technology What kind of business do you think he would do? I keep telling people, you see, people don't know that the world has gravitated from the world of agriculture to the world of trading to the world of, up to now, we are in the world of technology. What do you think King Solomon would do? Abraham was an agriculturist and animal husbandry. But if Abraham was alive today, what kind of business do you think he would do? What kind of business do you think King David would do? He was worth $900 billion. What do you think he would do? What kind of business do you think King David would do? What kind of business do you think King Solomon would do? Think about that. Today, what kind of business do you think they would do? The epoch of life is what changed the dynamics of business doing. We are in the world of technology. That is why Elon Musk went ahead to buy Twitter. That is why Mark Zuckerberg went ahead to buy, Instagram and WhatsApp. That is why, Elon Musk has created the robot Optimus, which is cooking for people and sending people's children to school. A robot. Okay, they've even created a robot when you don't have a girlfriend, you have her as a girlfriend. Massa, the world of technology is advanced and artificial intelligence is taking over the world. I teach AI and the kind of things I'm seeing about it's impossible. It is necessary to baptize yourself in the sea of good AI. Laura, what's your last word for us? We are ending.
This is our time. Opportunities, great doors have been opened to us. Opportunities have been brought by GotBackUp to our doorsteps to make life easy. AI has come to stay. You cannot have a smartphone and not make good use of it to give value, to give knowledge, so that your value will command its own returns out of your smartphone. Be smart with your phone. Be smart with AI. See, grab the opportunity, hold the bull by the horn and move with it, because everybody is moving with it. AI has come to stay. It is not an evil thing. It is a good thing. It is helping us in every facet of our lives, from medicine to agri to education. In fact, it is everywhere. AI is what is making life easy. Get hold onto it and make good use of it. This is our time. This is our moment. Let's move with it. Thank you.
Thank you. Enyonam, your last words.
Business is hard, to be frank. Every entrepreneurship, the journey of entrepreneurship is a hard journey. The difference between that and being an employed person is that as time goes on, how consistent and the investment you've made in yourself, it grows with it. It gives you integrity and gives you a brand before people. It is a community you are creating for yourself. Forget about others. You yourself, you will realize that at a point in time, people will start you will be there and it will come to you, because people will see that you've been successful at something. When you decide whether you are in this or you are deciding to come, or you are yet to decide to come, when you decide to do this, tell yourself you will succeed. Right now, we are in 140 countries. It's a community we are building. Soon will be 1 million people who have subscribed. What do you think will happen? Your name will be on the lips of people who are from other countries. If you decide to go into another form of business, you've created a community that what? You've created a source of customers that will buy that product because they know you. Decide to do this thing now that we are not many. Don't wait when we are 1 million. By then, people have created their brands. Decide to grow with us from the beginning. As they've told you, the meaning of poor, passing over opportunities repeatedly. If you are here and you can't raise $120 and throw, yes, people spend $1,000 and lose it, and you are feeling painful to put $120. Next year by this time it will be worse off, because $1 won't be 17.5 Ghana cedis. It may be what, 30 Ghana cedis. Ghana we dey. So decide to take this opportunity right now and run with it. That is all I
Wow.
have
Wow.
to say.
Thank you. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much, Laura, and thank you, Enyonam. Ladies and gentlemen, we have life. We have life. We don't have death. And as long as you have life, make good, great use of that life. Because once you are gone, you are not remembered at the time you are gone, but your death is important because of your living. Your death, the extent to which you are remembered, will be dependent on the number of impact you made in the lives of other people, not in your life. Let me repeat that. If you are gone today, like the way Jesus was gone, the extent to which people will remember you every year and every day will depend on the extent to which you impacted their lives. So if GotBackUp is a means by which I can impact your life now, when I am gone, that will be the way by which you can be remembered. Some people are dead. In fact, there's a quote that says that, okay, some people die at 25. They are not buried yet until they are 75. Yeah. Some people die at 25. They are not buried yet until they are 75. And the reason is because, like, from that 25, they are dead. There is nothing they are doing that is growing up their life. But you have something that, you see, so many people live in the name of hope. But do you know that some people, their life was better maybe 10 years ago than even now? Do you know that? Your life can be better in the past than in the present, but you always hope that the future is better. That's how we hope. We hope and think that, oh, as for next year, things will be better. But you will realize that maybe that next year, things are worse. Look at your life now. Look at the time you had independence. You were chopping pound sterling. So your life can be worse. So that's what the statement says. Some people die at 25. They are not buried yet until they are 75. So some people, the way they are going in life, they are like walking illegalities. They are dead. Please don't be like those. Take advantage of your advantage. We can't be fools. We here, the three of us on this studio, we can't all be fools. We can't be fools. Well, I don't know about the two of them, but me, I can't be a fool. And I'm sure they will agree with me that they too can't be fools. Ladies and gentlemen, we cannot be, I cannot be a fool. I can't be here talking when I know very well I'm going to fail. When I know very well that this thing will not take me anywhere. And I'm talking plenty. No way. No way. I know the start, the middle, and the end. Stay on the course. For those of you who are already in it, remain in the ark. Stay on your level ground. There will be storms. There will be tornadoes. There will be hurricanes. There will be typhoons. There will be negative comments. There will be objections, obstructions, rejections. Stand strong. Storms make the oak tree grow deeper roots. Storms make the oak tree grow stronger. So when the storms come, say, bring it on. Bring it on. I'm ready for you. But if you run away because of the storm, you will never grow deeper roots. And I can promise you this. If you beg for rain, you have to be ready for the mud, because it's all part of it. You are ready for the money, you are ready for the rain, you are ready for the glory. But remember, there will be the mud as well. And after the storms, there will be calmness. And after the rain, there will be sunshine as well. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a pleasure having all of you here. Thank you, Obasama Rita. Thank you, Gloria Dapla. Thank you, Kelvin. Kelvin, you have been incredible with all your commenting. Okay, thank you so much indeed for all of you who have been here. And thank you. Tomorrow, during the week, there'll be a lot of training. Tuesday, there'll be training. Thursday, there'll be training. Friday, we are back with our guests here. And then on Sunday, a week today, we will be back again on a stupendous moment. We have a program happening in November. Okay, this program is happening at the University of Ghana. Please speak to the person who has told you about this, and the person will tell you more details about that program. Never forget who you are, but more importantly, never forget who you are becoming. Thank you, Laura. Thank you, Enyonam, for being here. We appreciate you so much for always gracing the occasion. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you again on Tuesday. Have a wonderful time, and bye-bye.